Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
My sincere gratitude to all of you and especially Prabhupada Mataji for welcoming me, allowing me to come here to Phoenix and serve you. Thank you. Also, my gratitude to Parag Prabhu and Riddhi Mataji. You are here. I was very happy to meet Keshav and Arjun. Thank you. So we are discussing the life lessons from Shrimad Bhagavatam. Yesterday evening we had the first session where we spoke about how whether it is the air crash tragedy or war or personal tragedies caused because of our attachments. During all these situations, Shrimad Bhagavatam acts as a friend, acts as a beacon of hope and light and gives us strength and shelter. Today morning we spoke in great detail about three principles that becomes strengthened when we study Bhagavatam. We discussed first two, awareness and acceptance. Without acceptance, we cannot actually move forward in life. And the third principle is aspiration, which is what we'll discuss now. Aspiration to get a relationship with Krishna. So acceptance of our present situation, acceptance of our suffering, accepting the bitter pill. I'm going through all this. This is for my good. Once we have done that, then when we focus on Krishna, we experience a sweet personal relationship. So today now we'll focus on a relationship with Krishna. Remember I spoke in the morning also that as Hare Krishna devotees, let us get this very, very clear. We are not looking for happiness. We are looking for a relationship with God. If we look for happiness, it will always be a carrot dangling in front of the donkey. You heard this? We will never get happiness. But if we look to please Krishna, if we look to make Krishna happy and Krishna's devotees happy, then we will experience loving relationship with Krishna. And that will give us something much deeper than what this world can give. And one of the ways we develop our relationship is through hearing about Krishna. Second is through service to devotees. And third is association. Hearing in association and the mood of service. This is a package. There are three things here. Hearing, but in association, and in the mood of service, wanting to serve. You will see Bhagavatam focuses on these three principles all the time. And the most important is hearing, because when we hear, everything becomes clear. Otherwise, on small issues we get disturbed. When we serve, we have misunderstandings. But if we hear together always, our false egos would get dissolved. We'll feel Krishna loves me. We'll feel Krishna's love in our heart. And you will see some of the greatest stalwart devotees, they develop love for Krishna by hearing about Krishna. Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara shanvatam te nirvishya karna vivarai haratom gatapam rupam drisham drishamatam akhilartha labam tvayachyuta vishata chittam apatrapam me. The first love letter was written by Rukmini to Krishna. So Rukmini had never seen Krishna, but she wrote this letter to Krishna asking him to come and kidnap her. And in that letter she says, I fell in love with you simply by hearing about you. Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara shanvatam te. By just hearing about you, I've realized that you are the most beautiful and most attractive personality. Nirvishya karana vivarai haratam gatapam. As topics about you entered my ear holes, and then from the ear it entered my heart. Haratam gatapam, all that hankering, suffering of the material world dissolved. I feel very peaceful. And now I'm eager to meet you. Rupam drisham drishamatam akhilartha labham. Your form, your personality, your association is the culmination of all success. Now Rukmini is thinking Krishna may think that who is this girl who's writing a love letter to me? Because during those days, it was culturally not accepted for a young unmarried girl to write a love letter to another boy. So she is thinking that Krishna may think that who is this shameless girl who's writing a letter to me? So she is clarifying. Tvayachyuta vishata chittam apatrapam me. You are responsible for me being shameless. That I'm writing to you because you are so attractive. So then Krishna may think, but why do you want to marry me? Who am I? I'm ordinary. Krishna may argue like that. So then she gives explanations why she wants to marry Krishna. Katvam mukunda mahati kulashila rupa. Katvam mukunda mahati kulashila rupa. Vidya vayodra vinadam abhiratma tulyam. Dhirapati kulavati navrinita kanya. Kale narasimha naralokamano viramam. She says, oh Krishna, is there anyone like you? No one, I have not seen anyone like you. Katvam mukundam, in kula, in terms of family, when a girl is getting married, in a traditional Indian family, they look at the family. So she's saying, in terms of family, you are the best. Kula, Sheila, and then they look at the character also. Oh, character also, you are the best. Rupa, beauty, you are the best. In Indian marriages, these are very, very important criteria. Your family, your character. There is a saying that in how Indian marriages happen. What is that beautiful verse about the psychology of Indian wedding? Chanakya Pandit said this thousands of years ago. I wish I could remember that shloka. Varam varayate kanya mata vittam pita shrutam. Kulamichanti bandava mishtam annam itare jana. Varam varayate kanya. Boy and girl look at each other for beauty, attraction. They want to see if they feel that love and that attraction. Yes, varam varayate kanya. The girl looks at the boy, oh, he's nice, I like him. Boy looks at the girl, she's beautiful, I like her. That's what boy and girl look at each other. Varam varayate kanya mata vittam. The mother of the girl sees, does he have money? Pita shrutam, the father sees, is he educated? Does he have a good character? Kulam ichanti bandava, the family members see, what caste, what family? Like that. And rest of the people come for the wedding. Varam varayate kanya, understood? Mata vittam pita shrutam. Kulam ichanti bandava. And everybody else, Mishtam Annam Itare Jana. They come for the wedding to see what is there in the feast. What was the feast in the wedding? So Rukmini is saying, you are the most wonderful in terms of Kula, Sheila, Rupa, and in education. Vidya, Vayodra, Vinadam, Abhiratma, Tulyam. Vidya. In 64 days, Krishna learned 64 arts, 64 skills. Vidya, Vayo, youthfulness. Krishna is the most attractive and youthful. Dravinada, lot of money, wealth he has. Abhiratma Tulyam. There is only one person equal to in all of this, and that is you. So what to do, Krishna? I've written this love letter to you because I've lost my composure. Because I'm very sober girl, I'm a good girl. But what to do? You're so attractive. Dhirapati kulavati navrinita kanya. Which girl will not be attracted to you? So now Krishna, after hearing all this, may think, oh, this girl is just flattering me. She just wants me to somehow marry her. But once I marry her, she'll be like any other wife who will control the husband. And she'll control me completely. And I will not be able to say anything. So Rukmini is thinking, Krishna may think like this. So anticipating a response from Krishna like this, Rukmini preemptively writes the last line. Nobody can control you, Krishna, because you are Kale Narasimha Naralo Kamano Viramam. You are Narasimha. You are the time personified. You are the Supreme Lord. I am not going to be able to control you. I love you. Please marry me. So all this love letter business in Bhagavatam 10th canto, it all begins with It all happened because Rukmini fell in love with Krishna because of hearing. So hearing about Krishna is very important. Then what will happen? Then we'll be able to tolerate each other. Because our egos get clashed. It's not easy in a community. Shrimad Bhagavatam is extremely powerful. It dissolves the false ego. It makes us tolerate. Because, we all know. See, of course, Phoenix, it's very hot. But there are places where it's very cold. So there is a forest where there are a lot of porcupines. And it's very cold. And the cold is killing the porcupines. So you know what they do? They all come together to feel the warmth. But when they come together, all the porcupines have spikes that hits each other. And they are like, oh, one porcupine says, oh, you are hitting me. Oh, you are hitting me. This is not fair. I leave this community. You're all hitting me, hurting me. So the porcupine leaves that group. What happens when he leaves the group? The cold gets him. And he says, no, I don't want the cold. It comes back to the group. But when it comes back to the group, how is he received? The spikes. So he has to make, that's a trade-off. You want the community, then you'll get some spikes. If you want to be alone, you don't want anybody to disturb you, then the cold will get you, the cold of Maya. Therefore, we have to tolerate. And that strength comes when we come together like this and hear about Krishna, because Krishna is our Lord. And the relationship with Krishna becomes strong when we hear. In fact, Shukdev Goswami, before describing Putana's pastimes, he explains in great detail. So after the Putana pastime, he explains in great detail about the benefits of hearing about Krishna. Because 10th canto is full of Krishna's pastimes. So he says, Yena avatarena Bhagavan Aririshvara Karoti Karna Ramyani Manogyani Chana Prabhu. If we hear about Krishna all the time, what will happen? Bhagavan Haririshvara, about Bhagavan Hari, and two things will happen. Karoti Karna Ramyani. You will start actually enjoying it because of the hearing. Initially it may be a little foreign, but just like a drunkard, after initially it's a little uncomfortable, but then he gets addicted. He enjoys it. Similarly, after some time, you will enjoy hearing about Krishna. And then, Manogyani, Chana Prabhu, and intelligence also will become sharp. You will get clarity also, you will become intelligent. There's something happening on the screen. I also want to see what is happening. No, it's everybody seeing that, so I also got it. So, Manogyani, so two things. Karoti Karana Ramyani, the ears will hear pleasing, the ears will feel very satisfied hearing about Krishna. And mind will become strong because there's a connection, intelligence and the heart and the head, both will become nourished. And then he explains in great detail what happens as we start hearing the step-by-step process. Yashrinvatopeti aratir vitrishna Sattvam cha shudyat achirena pumsa Bhaktir harau tat purushe cha sakhyam Tadevaharam vadamanyase chet. Please listen to this carefully. These are the benefits we get when we hear together in association. Yashrinvatopeti. Apeti means vanishes. Some things will vanish away when we start hearing. Yashrinvatopeti aratir. Rati means attraction. Arati means distraction. Right now we have a lot of distraction. The distraction will vanish when we constantly hear about Krishna. Yashrinvatopeti aratir vitrishna. Now vitrishna is dirty things. There is a distraction towards dirty things. That will go away. So first is distraction will go away. Then second, sattvam. Sattvam means you will become peaceful. You will say, life is okay. All that needs to be done is done. I'm at peace. Life is peaceful. Somebody praises you, somebody scolds you, Both occasions you will be, it's okay. Life is okay. Life is cool. That hankering, lamentation, irritability will go away. Two things, remember. One is distraction towards dirty things will go away. And second, what is the second? I just said 20 seconds ago. Hankering and lamentation will go away. Sattvam cha shuddhyat. Shuddhyati means this is the third benefit. Shuddhyati means you will actually feel cleansing of the heart. Your heart will be clean. And then fourth, achirena dhira. Very soon you will become sober. Sober matlab mature. Sobriety is lacking. It's a very volatile age nowadays. You see, nowadays people are extremely impulsive. This is a highly opinionated society. On everything, everybody has strong opinions. It's crazy. Nobody is sober, everybody is shouting, jumping. But sobriety will come. How many benefits so far? Yashrinvatopeti aratir vitrishna means distraction towards dirty things will go away. Second, sattvam, hankering and lamentation will go away. Shuddhyat, cleansing. Sattvam cha shuddhyat achirena dhira. Sober. Very soon. Achirena means very soon you'll become sober. And then two more benefits, most important. Bhaktir haro. You will develop devotional mood and sentiments for Krishna. And now comes the main thing, which is in the context of today's class. Bhakti haro tat purushe cha sakhyam. Friendship with devotees will happen when we hear about Krishna. Wherever, in whichever community devotees come together to hear and chant together, you will see that their ability to serve consistently in the long run becomes stronger. Bhakti haro tat purushe cha sakhyam. This friendship amongst devotees will develop. So there are 6 benefits of hearing Krishna Katha. Who is telling this, Who's chanting these verses? No. Parikshit Maharaj is excited when Shukdev Goswami is speaking. He wants Shukdev Goswami to go on and on. So he says, don't stop. Please don't stop. Because I know if you continue to glorify Krishna, there will be 6 benefits. Yashrinvatopeti aratir vitrishna. What is the first one? Distraction to dirty things will go away. Sattvam cha shuddhyat achirena dhira. Hankering and lamentation will go away. Cleansing of the heart. Sobriety. Bhakti haro tat purushe cha sakhyam. Devotional service to Krishna and friendship amongst devotees. So Parikshit Maharaj says, last line is very sweet. Tadeva haram vadamanyase chet. Please glorify Krishna and put the garland of Krishna Katha on us. Haram. See, I put a garland on you before the class. Parikshit Maharaj is saying. In temple classes we put a garland. So we put garland on you. Now you put garland. You give the garland of Krishna Katha. So therefore it's very important that we come together and glorify Krishna. And then you will see the ability to tolerate, the friendship, everything auspicious will happen. You know why this happens? Because there is something special about Krishna, which you will not find anywhere else. The word Krishna itself means all attractive. Christ comes from the Greek word Christos. Krishna in Greek is attractive. And Krishna comes from Krishna. Means all attractive. That's why you will see that when we glorify Krishna, we speak the same story every year. Last 50 years, our ISKCON devotees are speaking the same stories. It's not that we are inventing new. Can you imagine watching a movie, same plot every year, every week? We want new stories, new twist in the plot, right? To stimulate us. But Krishna's story is same. Thousands of years, same stories. Devotees are chanting, hearing, same katha. Have you ever wondered why there is no change and still devotees are happy? Because Krishna is defined as Akila Rasamrita Murti. He is an embodiment of rasa. Rasa means sweet, taste, mellow. And that's why Krishna is the best deal in our life. Like if you keep a mango, for example, Indians love mangoes. So if you keep a mango, you're attracted to a mango. Is it because of the color of the mango? Is it because of the shape of the mango? It's because of the taste. Today I was drinking soup. When I saw the soup, I thought it is mango ras because it looked like mango pulp. Mango is so attractive because of the taste. Because of that taste is called rasa. So we are all attracted to a relationship. We are attracted to some activity because there is some taste in that. That's called rasa. And Krishna is called as Akila Rasamrita Murti. He is a personification of all juice, all ras. If you somehow connect to Krishna, we will be completely satisfied. If you are present, mindful in our dealings, in our connection with Krishna. Do you get this technique, theoretical concept at least? See, simple example. News, when you read news, you want a new news, new thing. If I give you a newspaper of last year's news, last year, who will win the election? Joe Biden or Trump? This is all gone. Now it's different problem. You don't want to read, you are not excited to read the old news. You want what is the latest movie coming up? What is the latest song coming up? You want new. But about Krishna, please notice, it's the same story which our grandparents spoke about. No change in the script. This year, Janmashtami, Krishna Katha, Bhagavatam class, same story will be narrated. Krishna entering Mathura. Whom does Krishna kill when he enters Mathura? Kamsa. Before that, Chanura Mushtika. Before that, he kills Kuvalyapida. And then he also kills that washerman. Same story. It's not that this year, the speaker will say, ladies and gentlemen, Prabhus and Matajis, you're hearing the same story. This year, Janmashtami class, thank you for coming. I'm going to tell you something interesting. Krishna enters Mathura in a helicopter. Some twist, something different. You don't need something different. I don't need to tell you something different. Because Krishna is Akila Rasamrita Murti. In ISKCON, we have sannyasis, devotees, grahasthas chanting same Hare Krishna mantra for the last 50 years. It's not that they're not bored. Can you imagine singing the same Bollywood song every day? You'll be humming a nice song, but after some time you need something different. But Hare Krishna, same japa, same, Mangal Arati, morning tune is same. And I know devotees are addicted to Mangalarati. I know some of my Brahmachari friends, even if they come at 2 in the night, 1:30 in the night, morning they are up by 4:30, they are there for Mangalarati. They can't miss Mangalarati. And it's not that there is some exciting melody. Same Hare Krishna, same tune. Because Krishna is Akila Rasamrita Murti. Krishna is all attractive. In this world, when we enjoy rasa, sweet, that mellow, for some time it is exciting, but after some time, it goes down. I don't know in America if the children do this. In India, the bubble gum, chewing gum is very popular. They take gum and you see children do that? So initially what happens when you chew gum? It's very nice. But after some time, it's just an exercise for the jaws. There's no taste. That's how rasa is in this world, in relationships and activities. You get excited, but after some time, and then what happens? What do the children do? They get bored, they start making bubbles out of it. You've seen them? And then they make a bigger bubble. Then a bigger bubble. And then, it bursts and it gets stuck on the face. And then you've seen them remove the sticky thing? Have you ever seen that? That's what happens to the rasa of this world. We get into some relationship, we do some things, we enjoy, but because it is material rasa, it is not Akila Rasamrita Murti. It is mundane rasa, and eventually it gets stuck in the conscious. We are like entangled, we are like miserable, and we want to get out of it. It leaves scars for the whole life. It's so painful. Therefore, Bhagavatam says, come to Krishna, come to Krishna. Enjoy a relationship with Krishna. They are being invited. So please take this seriously. Srila Prabhupada wanted us to have a relationship with Krishna. And it is not complicated. Please don't think Krishna is abstract. If you hear and then offer a sincere prayer every day, at whatever level you are in, if you offer a prayer, you will experience reciprocation from Krishna. Today I was sharing with some devotees. I have this journal where I write every night before sleeping. How did Krishna show up today? Simple. Initially, first few days you will feel, oh, Krishna didn't show up in any way. The diary, the journal will be blank. But keep your eyes and ears open. Look out. How did Krishna show up today? And then slowly you start getting some stories. They will not be dramatic. It will be simple. But a time will come when you'll have 5 to 6 things in a day to write in the journal. Because Krishna shows up in the most ordinary ways. And if you have a culture of hearing, then Krishna showing up will not be sentimental. It will be real. See, if you don't hear about Krishna, then our mind will cheat us. Somebody will say, oh, Krishna showed up today, he came in the form of drugs or liquor. And I enjoyed that. There was a serial killer in Mumbai, Raman Raghav. He went around killing people saying that Krishna told me to kill. So people can go crazy. That's why we need scriptures, we need association, we need service attitude. If you have all these 3 things in place, then you will be able to see Krishna in your day-to-day life. Krishna, how do you see Krishna? You see Krishna by seeing Krishna's hand in your life. We don't see Krishna, we see Krishna's hand. I'll give an example. Maybe you can relate to this. Have you ever experienced this, like you're chanting and you keep your bead bag and then you go around doing your activities and later on you want to chant and you're like, where is my bead bag? And you're trying to recall and suddenly you remember, oh, I kept it at Parag Prabhu's house, and then you go back. It happens like that, you forget bead bag. So one day I was in the train and I was chanting and then I kept my bead bag and started reading. Oh, my station came, so I got down. As I was getting down, I remembered, oh, my bead bag is there. I ran back, picked up my bead bag and I got off the train. An ordinary event, nothing great. But that night in my journal, what is the entry? How did Krishna show up today? Krishna was sitting. See, we say Paramatma, the super soul, is in the heart. You take out that super soul from the heart and imagine this person is sitting next to you. Why do you want to imagine Krishna in the heart? He's in the heart. But imagine Krishna is next to you. And you're getting off the train. And what is Krishna telling you? He's tapping you on the shoulder. And what does he tell you? Your bead bag is there. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, your bead bag is, you have forgotten. No, Krishna won't say Prabhu. Krishna will say, you rascal. You forgot your bead bag. Come on, take it. Oh, okay, Krishna. Thank you. You pick up the bead bag. So it is simple incident. You just remembered your bead bag. But if you have a culture of seeing Krishna, keeping your eyes and ears open, then you will notice that it is Krishna. Sarvasya chaham hridisannivishto matta smritirgyanam apohanam cha vedevcha sarverahameva vedyo vedanta kritveda videva chaham. This is Krishna showing up because Krishna says, I'm in the heart. I give you remembrance. I give you forgetfulness. So Krishna advises you, don't do this. Have you ever heard that voice in the heart which says, don't do this, say this? That's Krishna. Again, I'll repeat, all this is possible only if you do 3 things. What are the 3 things? First one? Hearing. Second? Association. Third? Service attitude. Only if these 3 is there, then you can hear Krishna's voice. Not hearing some lecture, hearing culture. There is a culture of hearing is different from hearing, okay, I want some answers to my life's problem, let me hear. No, not like that. Everyday hearing. A culture or regular hearing. Hearing, service and association. then we'll be able to see small things. Like, I was taking darshan of the deities. One Mataji came to me and said, Prabhuji, I met your mother now. She's so nice. She was so sweet. I said, my mother is not in Mumbai. No, Prabhuji, I met her. Then I had to explain to her, and then we realized she's not my mother. She's Gaur Gopal Prabhu's mother. Oh, okay, Prabhu. Thank you. She went away. It's an ordinary incident. But immediately I felt, Krishna sent her. Because I was standing in front of the deities for 10 minutes. I was singing bhajans, praying, but I didn't pray for my mom. So I ran back and stood for another 5 minutes praying for my mother's good health. And then I made a video call to my mom. Then I showed her the deities. Then we spoke for 5 minutes. She was happy. I was happy. Then I came back to my room and I realized that Mataji who came, Krishna sent her to tell me, pray for your mom, call your mom, talk to her. So these are all ordinary incidents. But the Gita says that we need to learn to see Krishna everywhere in our day-to-day life. God is present. So therefore, hearing is the beginning step. And once we start praying, once we start hearing, then our desires change. Many times people think, if I hear about Krishna, if I come for Bhagavatam classes, will all my problems get solved? I'll tell you honestly, I don't know about your life's problems, whether they get solved or not. But if you hear about Krishna, you will come closer to Krishna. And when you come closer to Krishna, some very big problem will get solved. Something much bigger gets solved. A relationship with Krishna, today morning we were discussing, is extremely important. That helps us transcend the agony and the suffering that this world brings. Dhruva was a young boy. He wanted a kingdom greater than his great-grandfather. He was very ambitious, very passionate. And when his stepmother insulted him, he went to his mother Suniti and she said, you go to the forest and beg Lord Narayan, Lord Vishnu, Krishna, and the Lord blesses you, then you will get whatever you desire. So at that time, his own mother tells him, Dhruva's mother tells him about Lord. Tameva vatsa shrayabhritya vatsalam mumukshabir mrigya padabja paddhatim ananya bhave nijadharma bhavite manasavasthapya bhajasva purusham. In your mind, fix Krishna. Fix Krishna in your mind and offer prayers. Then what will happen? Bhritya vatsalam. Krishna loves his devotees just like a cow loves the calf. When the calf is born, the calf is filled with lot of substances from the body of the cow. Lot of sticky things. It's very dirty. It's all filled with that. And what does the cow do? The cow starts licking the calf and removing all of that. Similarly, we come to Krishna, we come with lot of contamination, come with lot of impurity. But when we come and pray, Krishna removes all of that. Tameva vatsa shrayabhritya vatsalam. Therefore, manasavasthapya, fix your mind on Krishna. And that's what Dhruva does under the direction of Narad Muni. And when he finally gets the Lord's darshan, he is like wondering, what did I do? Why did I ask for a kingdom? I got you. Lord says, yes, Dhruva, what do you want? And what does Dhruva say? Sthana bilashi tapasi stitoham tvam praptavan deva munindra guhyam kacham vichinvan api divya ratnam swamin kritartosmi varam nayache. He says, I wanted a kingdom greater than my great-grandfather. Sthana bilashi tapasi stitoham. I did tapasya, performed intense austerities to get a kingdom. But what did I get? Tvam praptavan. I got you. I asked for something else, but I got you. Tvam praptavan deva munindra guhyam. And you are unobtainable by great devtas and great yogis. And now I've realized that I was desiring a broken piece of glass and I got a diamond. Kacham vichinvan api divya ratnam. I got ratna and I was looking for kacham, broken glass. So what do I want now, Krishna? Swamin kritartosmi varam nayache. I don't want anything. I just want you. And now comes the twist in the story. This is the most interesting part. Lord says, you want me? He says, yes, I don't want anything else. I asked for a kingdom, but I got you. I don't want anything else. And then the Lord says, really? You don't want anything else? Ask for something. And then Dhruva says, what does he want? This may shock you. He says, he asks for something which you already have. All of you here. Bhaktim muhu pravahatam tvai me prasango bhuyadananta mahatam amalashayanam enanjasol banamuru vesanam bhavabdim neshe bhavad gunakatam brita panamatha. He says, I want to do bhakti in prasango. Srila Prabhupada translates prasango as intimate association of devotees. So Dhruva is saying, he's standing in front of the Lord, he's saying, I want intimate association of devotees, which you already have. Even physically you are intimate, and all of you are sitting close to each other. So what you already have, Dhruva is asking. And the most interesting part is, he's standing in front of the Lord and he's saying, I want devotee association. We are tolerating each other's association so that we can get Krishna. And somebody has got Krishna and he's saying he wants this. That means this is a great opulence. ISKCON Phoenix, what you have is a great opulence. So Dhruva is asking for this. And what does he say? Bhuya dananta mahatam amala shayanam. I want to hear about your glories in that association. What will happen by that? Enanja sol banamuru vesanam bhavabdim. When I keep hearing about you in the association, my false ego will get dissolved. I will love the devotees and I will love you also more. Neshe bhavad gunakatam brita panamatta. I want to go mad in hearing about you, singing about you, in serving you. Can you imagine? We are thinking devotee association is a ladder. I will climb this ladder and I will get Krishna. As somebody has got Krishna, he is saying, I want association of devotees. Congratulations. You got already what great devotees are praying for. Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj saw Krishna when he was in the womb of his mother. You know Parikshit Maharaj's story? Angushtamatra mamalam surat purata maulinam apivya darshanam shamam tadidvasadam achyutam. So Brahmastra was released by Ashwatthama and his mother's womb, and Parikshit Maharaj is feeling the heat. The baby is feeling the heat. The baby is about to die, and suddenly Krishna enters the womb. Krishna's size is like a size of a thumb, and he is standing and protecting the baby with this Sudarshan Chakra. And this baby is seeing, who is this very beautiful person, my friend who is protecting me? And baby Parikshit falls in love with Krishna. Angushta matra mamalam surat purata maulinam is extremely effulgent, and his blackish complexion, helmet, he's wearing beautiful garments. And then when baby is born, Parikshit is only looking for that friend of mine who protected me when I was in the womb of my mother. Where is that friend? So he would go to, some men or women would be walking. He would pull up the dhotis of the men, and as a baby he would be crawling and he would be looking up. Is he the person who protected me when I was in the womb of my mother? Oh no, he's not the one. Then he would crawl. Then he would see some Mataji, he would pull her and then look up. Oh no, she is not the one. He was examining everyone. Para ikshanaya parikshit. He was pariksha. He was doing examination of everyone to see if he is my friend, if she is my friend, who protected me when I was in the womb of my mother. And that's why he got the name Parikshit. He has seen Krishna when he was in the womb of his mother. And just before dying, what does he pray? You want to know what is his prayer just before dying? Punascha bhuyat bhagavati anante rati prasangavcha tadashrayeshu mahatsu yamyam upayami srishtim maitrastu sarvatra namo dvijebhya. He says, let me die if I have to die. Let me get another birth if I deserve to get another birth. But Krishna, please give me 3 blessings. Punascha bhuyat bhagavati anante. Let me have complete attraction to Krishna. Rati. prasangavcha tadashrayeshu. Let me have shelter of devotees, attachment to Krishna. And third, maitrastu sarvatra namo dvijebhya. Let me have friendly relationship with all the living entities. He wants three things: attachment to Krishna, shelter of devotees, and compassion, preaching, friendly relationship with all living entities. We already have that. Please don't underestimate this beautiful gift that we all have got. I've got so many examples of devotees whose lives have become auspicious. Like I have a very close friend, he's a very successful doctor in Mumbai. He comes every day morning to temple. How he balances his life is amazing. He is attached, so attached that I dress the deities in the temple and he gets these small special flowers from some place and he has to go there at 4:30 in the morning. He has to navigate through this Mumbai police walas, from different gardens. He picks up these small beautiful flowers for Radharani dressing. So sometimes this police walas think he's some uneducated, some thief. I mean, he's not getting some big flowers, some small flower just for Radharani. But sometimes from the roadside, from somewhere. So he gets these flowers, he plans how to get it, from where to get it. He's a big doctor, very well-known person. But he loves to do this small service for Krishna. Every day, the prime time, morning time, instead of chanting japa, he spent 1.5 hours plucking these flowers and getting it for dressing of the deities. And he's doing it for so many years now. In rainy season, it's very difficult. It's rainy season or summer season, he'll always do it. And you know what is the most amazing part of the story? Because of the challenges he's facing on the job front, so he had to move far away from temple. So his house is in, I think, 1.5 hours drive from the temple. So now he can't stay there. So now what he has done, now his family is also devotees, everybody is devotees, but he's so attached to the Lord and service of devotees. So, and his college, his office, his college where he's teaching and practicing medicine is very close to the temple. So what he has done, he has taken a room near the temple so that 5 days a week, he can come for Mangalarati and do seva, and then 2 days he stays with his family. I don't know how much he has to pay a rent of 60,000 rupees every month just for that room which he has taken so that he can do all this balancing act. So one day I was sitting with him, I said, this average comes to 2,000 rupees per day. So he's paying 2,000 rupees every day so that he can spend 3-4 hours in the temple with devotees every day. So I told him, you are spending 2,000 rupees every day just so that you can come and chant with us. And I'm sometimes in my room, I don't go down to the temple hall because, I'm like tired or whatever. And I'm like, I remember him and I go back. He can come from so far. He can spend so much money for this association, which I'm getting free of cost. Then I run and I see him chanting and I'm like, oh, he has come. So then I told him one day recently, you are spending 2,000 rupees from your pocket just so that you can come and spend time with us. And then you know what he told me? He said, that's nothing. 2,000 rupees is nothing for the shelter I'm getting here. There is Krishna, there is Radharani, there are devotees, there is hearing. Wow. So sometimes we don't know what we are getting. And there was one girl I remember when I joined the ashram. So she's my age, Champaka Manjari. So her brother was my good friend. So girls and boys, see what happens in the youth forum. India, the culture is a little different. So we are all young boys surrounding my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj. Wherever he would lead kirtan, go for yatras, we would be just next to him. Chanting, jumping, brahmacharis. And now, men are not the only devotees of Krishna. We are not the only disciples of Guru. There are women also, there are girls also. So amongst the girls, she was the most enthusiastic and she would always want to be close to Maharaj. And we would get irritated with her. Get out. We would like gang up and we would be around. And she would also come always in the front. But there is a limitation. There is a maryada. So if the class is happening, Maharaj is sitting here, all the brahmacharis would be sitting here. And behind would be women. And amongst the women, she would be in the first row. And sitting like this, hearing every word. So some of us brahmacharis were like, we would be very angry with her. Why she's always wanted to come front. And then one day, in our brahmachari class, and I used to be angry with her, but one day in the brahmachari class, So there are some brahmacharis who are like who are like kind of, they want to stick to Maharaj, literally. So Maharaj was giving a brahmachari class. So this brahmachari was sitting right in the front and he sits like this. And every word is so attentive that even if there is a hint of humor, he starts laughing. He's super enthusiastic. And everybody knows he's like supreme, very attentive, very power-packed brahmachari. So then Maharaj, in front of all the brahmacharis, wanted to pull his leg. So Maharaj said, I think you are some Mataji in your previous life, some girl in your, in a previous life who was desperate to get association of Guru and association of devotees. So that's why you got now brahmachari life. The Maharaj joked and Maharaj laughed. Just a light banter, that's all. But when he said that, it was like a bolt of lightning for me. I suddenly realized, wow, this Mataji was desperate for hearing, doing service. Just because she's in a female body, she's not able to get association of Guru. But she's as enthusiastic and as devotional as us, so I should not offend her. So I felt so guilty and so bad for my judgment. Then I told her brother, I'm really sorry I judged your sister like that. He said, no, she doesn't mind, it's okay. So then it was all over. Years passed and her devotional service went to the next level. She started making dresses for the deity that were mind-blowing and so devotional, so focused. And one by one, her services, like everybody was, wow, who made this dress? Champak Manjari. Where is she? Humbly, background, she's happy. So she's also growing older, right? We all joined when we were young, 22, 23, but now she's also 45, 50, nearing. She's getting older. Life's realizations, struggles, and devotional service, everything going on, and beautiful devotional service. So last year, we made a movie on our temple in the deity outfits, and everybody spoke few minutes. But what she spoke, everybody was stunned like a statue. She spoke about how Radha Gopinath, our presiding deities in our temple are Radha Gopinath. She was speaking about how Radha Gopinath are so attractive, how she loves to make dresses for the deities. And as she was speaking, and she said when the darshan opens with a new dress, and then her voice choked. She couldn't speak further. We realized how much attached she is to deities. And I was watching that video. I was feeling as if I'm being slapped by Krishna. Left, right and center. You rascal, see, this is devotional service. We think we're in our own world. So then I saw her, my respect for her increased many more times. And then when I met her brother, I told him about the video of this really, and he said, my sister is in the last stage of cancer. I said, really? But her service is not stopped. And just 2 days back, I get this WhatsApp message that she left her body and there were devotees surrounding her. They were all chanting, and just before leaving her body, she looked at all the devotees and she intensely called out, Gopinath, Gopinath. And she called out Gopinath very clearly, distinctly, and her life force left her body. What a glorious way of dying, leaving this world. Attached to Krishna, serve Krishna whole life, remembering Krishna and leaving the body with devotees surrounding you and calling out Gopinath's name. And when I got the news, I saw the photograph, I felt Krishna consciousness works. You don't have to be a great sannyasi, you don't have to be a great guru, you don't have to be somebody important, you don't need to have 1 million followers on Instagram. You don't need anything external. You just need to love devotees, you just need to serve, we just need to have a taste for hearing, chanting, enthusiasm. Krishna takes care beyond our wildest imagination. And we need to learn to see Krishna in day-to-day life. If we do this, then Krishna consciousness really works. Krishna consciousness makes sense. Therefore, let us take shelter of the process. If you want something, I will end with this one practical thing. Maybe if this will help. 3rd canto, Kapila Dev tells us how you can start meditation. Sachintayet bhagavatis charanarabindam vajrankushadvajasaroruvalanchanadyam uttunga rakta vilasam nakachakravala josna virahadamahad hridayandakaram. Beautiful verse. Just focus your mind on Radha Madhava Hari. Sa chintayet bhagavatis charanarvindam. The lotus feet of Krishna. Meditate on Radharani, Gopinath, Madhava. The lotus feet has some signs. Meditate on those signs. Vajrankushadvaja saroruvalanchanadyam. Thunderbolt, lotus flower, elephant gourd. These are all some of the signs on the lotus feet of Krishna. When we do that, Uttunga Rakta Vilasam Nakachakravala, and also the soles of Krishna's lotus feet are reddish and the nails are dazzling like pearls. If you do that, Josna Birahada Mahat, for this dazzling light of Krishna's nails on his toes, that will give the light which will Hrida Andakaram, the darkness of the heart will go away when we meditate on the light that comes from Krishna's lotus feet. So like that we meditate on Krishna. And how to meditate on Krishna? That is explained in the second canto. What I spoke just now was from 10th canto, then 7th canto, 3rd canto. The second canto, Sukadeva Goswami gives a technique of how to meditate on Krishna. He says very simple. There is a process. Ekaika shongani dhyanu bhavayet padadiyavad hasitam gadavruta jitam sthanam apoya dharayet param shuddhyati dhiryata yatha. Ek karke, one by one. Ekaika shongani dhyanu bhavayet. One by one, step by step, move from Pada Piravad Hasitam Gadabhuta. From the lotus feet, move upwards and come to Krishna's smile. So then what will happen? Jitam sthanam apoya dharet. Slowly as you move upwards, you will feel you are conquering over your lower nature. Param shuddhyati dhiryata yatha. Your consciousness will start getting cleansed as you are rising higher in your meditation. So meditating on Krishna, serving devotees, hearing about Krishna, and having good association with a simple, genuine attitude will ensure that the final exam, when it comes, we will call out Radha, Madhav, Hari, Gopinath, Panchatattva, Narsimhadev, whoever your Ishtadev is, you will remember the Lord as you leave your body. And Srila Prabhupada said, life is a preparation, death is an examination. We are doing all of this so that we don't want any name, fame, we don't want glories of this world. We want Krishna. I have one very close friend. He's I'll end with this, definitely. He's very, very popular on internet now. He's like having lots of followers and he sings very sweet. His bhajans are getting very popular. And he's very pure, extremely pure. When any preaching program he starts, there are thousands of people are coming and joining him. So I told him, Prabhu, I think Guru Maharaj should give you sannyas soon and you should become a guru and you can help so much in ISKCON. As I said this, what he did? He heard me. I saw fear grip his face. Immediately grabbed my hand. He said, Prabhu, just please pray for me. I said, yes, I will pray that you become a guru and you become, you help so many people. He said, no, pray that I just can come in front of Radha Shyam Sundar in Vrindavan and I can chant, just sing Krishna Balram, Radha Shyam Sundar, and I can leave my body remembering them. I don't want anything of this world. I was shocked when I heard this because generally we are ambitious. It's natural to think I want to be famous or I want to do this, I want to do that for Prabhupada, for Krishna. But he's very clear, I want Krishna. I want to please Krishna. But he's doing all of this to please Guru. Because if you please Guru, then you'll please Krishna. But the point is, we want a relationship with Krishna. That is the main point of today's class. So I'll end with this. We want a relationship with Krishna. And to have a relationship with Krishna, we need to come together, associate, hear, and serve, and nurse a good mood. And then Krishna consciousness will make sense. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Granthra Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Any comments or questions? Do we have time for comments or questions? Yes, Prabhuji. Any question? I can quickly. Anandandavan Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for excellent class. Prabhu, you mentioned that we are very fortunate that we already have the association that great devotees are asking as a benediction. So, and I know you counsel and guide a lot of grahasthas, and also you visit many countries. So my question is that I personally feel we tend to get complacent, like living in Western country where obviously there are material comforts. We don't have to deal with day-to-day problems like you mentioned, your doctor friend in Mumbai traffic and all the troubles he goes through. So there is a complacency in everything. Like, okay, this is the minimum I'll do. I'll go once a week to temple. I'll offer this thing. So what is your message for us? Like how can we come out of that comfort zone and not just settle with mediocrity?
You may not like my answer, but because you asked me frankly, I'll also say frankly.
Sure.
This complacency comes because we don't know the seriousness of what we have got, and we don't know the seriousness of the disease we are suffering from. So have you experienced this? Sometimes we chant and sometimes we are like, okay, we hear, and sometimes we are lazy. You know why this happens? Because we are like that man. Just remember, there is one man who was suffering from a deadly cancer. Lower back. He would have back pain. And he took some medicines. He knew that if I take these medicines, I'll be all right. He was taking medicines, but he was not consistent. One day he took medicines. After 2 days he didn't take. Then one day he said, this back pain is there, but I'll not take medicines. So we are like that man who has cancer, but doesn't know he has cancer, but he's suffering. Sometimes there is sadness, sometimes there is anxiety. So sometimes he's chanting, sometimes he's not chanting. Here in this analogy, cancer is compared to Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam, the disease of repeated cycle of birth and death. So man has cancer, we have birth, death, old age disease. He is not taking medicines, we are not chanting. Now imagine, somebody tells him, Prabhu, please take your medicines regularly. You don't know? You have cancer. Once he hears that he has cancer, then do we have to tell him every day to take medicines? Why? I have cancer. Similarly, we don't know that we are suffering from birth, death, old age disease. Once we know what we are suffering from, then chanting, seva, everything will be proper. But you will say, but Prabhuji, I know I'm suffering from birth, death, old age disease. I've been coming to ISKCON lecture for so many years. Now comes the main thing. You are like that villager, that old farmer, illiterate farmer who doesn't know what is cancer. He is told you have cancer. He says, Acha, oh yeah, last week I had cold, this week I have cancer. So when he tells you that, what is your next job? You have to tell him what is cancer. Once he understands what is cancer, first step. Second step, then he realizes he has cancer. Then third step, he will take treatment. We are not taking treatment of Krishna consciousness because we don't know that we have the disease of birth, death, old age disease. We have to again take birth. We don't know that. You'll say, but I know. Then you don't know what is birth, death, old age disease. Then how do you know what is birth, death, old age disease? Somebody has to tell you. Somebody has to tell you, Prabhu, do you know what is birth, death, old age disease? Do you know what it is to take birth, go to the womb, go through cycle of 84 lakh species? Oh, when you hear every day, regularly, this is what is birth, death, old age disease. My God, and I am going through this. I don't want it. What is the treatment? Hare Krishna, Seva, okay. Then nobody needs to tell you. Right now, we have to be told, we have to be mollycoddled, we have to be given Mahaprasad, we have to be appreciated. All that has to be done to us because we are not taking the treatment seriously. We are not taking the treatment seriously because we don't know that we are going through birth, death, old age disease, and we don't know what is birth, death, old age disease. Only when we hear strong Acharya like Srila Prabhupada who speak, you heard Prabhupada's classes? Very strong. Why does he speak strongly? Because he's seeing we are suffering. Compassionate, compassion. You're dying, you're going through birthdays. Come on, wake up, you rascal. You heard Prabhupada's classes. He says so many times. You heard this Prabhupada's classes. If you hear, he keeps saying, you rascal. First time when I heard, I was a little taken aback. But now, to be honest, I've spent 27 years in the ashram, Shripati ashram, and every day I hear one class of Prabhupada. And now when I hear Prabhupada, anytime he says, so, you rascal, I feel, wow, thank you, Prabhupada. I feel a loving grandfather is admonishing me and shaking me. And there is one class, Melbourne, 1974. The whole class, Srila Prabhupada is saying, rascal, rascal, so many times. So devotees are giggling, you can feel it. Like they're also saying how Prabhupada is compassionately saying, rascal, rascal. So then after the class, one Australian man says, Swami, what is the main message of the Gita? If this question is asked to you, what would you say? You would say Gita's main message is, you should surrender to Krishna or something like that. Or remember Krishna like that. You know what Prabhupada says? Gita's main message is, Krishna is telling Arjuna, you rascal. Surrender. If you surrender, you will not be rascal. And if you surrender, you will be good person. Understand, you rascal? And just like you are laughing, that audio you can hear, everybody is laughing. So that compassion Srila Prabhupada had. So you please take this seriously. Even if you don't know what is birth, death, old age, just hear attentively. When you hear attentively, pure devotees, you will realize what is birth, death, old age disease, and you will be shaken. There is June 24, 1976, room conversation in New Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada and the devotees are having this conversation where Prabhupada is the devotees are playing the role of scientists and Srila Prabhupada is debating with them. And in that entire debate, Prabhupada is calling them rascals. So the devotees are in the mood of scientists. They are supposed to debate. So one of the devotees who is in the scientist mood, he asks a very challenging question to Prabhupada. Swamiji, why do you call us rascal? That is a good question. Because he's changing the whole argument. And Prabhupada, without beating an eyelid, in a microsecond, he answers that question. The question was asked, why do you call us a rascal? And Prabhupada immediately says, because I love you. Because I love you, I can't see you go through this birth, death, old age, disease and suffering. Take to Krishna consciousness, it's an urgency. Do you understand, you rascal? Again he calls him a rascal. He says, yes. So that's the point I'm saying. We are complacent because we don't know we are suffering from this disease. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And we during the discourse or the presentation that you are making, you are mentioning that how association of the devotee is not a stepping stone to the perfection, but rather it's a perfection itself. So sometimes what we see in the relationship to the devotee, if one devotee does not have a good communication skill with another devotee, we intend to say, anyway, my business is to serve Krishna, whether you like or you don't like it. We don't start to fix up the misunderstanding between the devotee, but we deny that and think that my goal is actually with Krishna, not with the devotees. So how do we take on this?
Some things, some things cannot be resolved. See, we have to have that maturity that Krishna will be pleased when we please devotees. But if devotees, everything is comfortable, happy, this is a very beautiful community, I'm very happy here, then we'll not want to go back home, back to Godhead. So there has to be something in this material world which will always be a vacuum. There will always be something incomplete. Otherwise, if everything is nice here, then we'll not want to go to the spiritual world. But if you say, okay, I just want to go to spiritual world, I don't care for devotees, then we become impersonalist. So we serve devotees because we want Krishna, but we know that Krishna will be happy if we are attached to devotees. See, that maturity has to be there, that balance has to be there. So we serve devotees, we cooperate, we make them happy, and then they still don't become happy. We are like, I've tried my best. That is the time Krishna is reminding you. Material world. Today morning we discussed, it only means to give. You can't, at some point of time, everybody gets exasperated. I'm serving so selflessly. I'm being misunderstood. Then we think, oh, I'll only serve Krishna. But you can't do the other extreme. I'll only serve. You know what is the actual when we get blessings? When devotees criticize you, misunderstand you, talk bad about you, and you are like, okay, you serve Krishna, but you don't hold grudges and you still serve them. I've seen such devotees. In my temple, I've seen such devotees. They are serving for 30, 35 years, and even those who have criticized them, they're nice with them and they're serving them. They may not be very pally and embracing them, Hari Bol, no, not artificially good friends, but they have swallowed the bitter pill. They know that Krishna will be happy. It's like a family. In a family, tension will be there, but you hold on. So that's how a community flourishes, Prabhu. We want Krishna, but we know Krishna also say, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said very clearly, Krishna se tomar, Krishna dhite paro, tomara shakati ache, amito kangal, Krishna Krishna boli, dai tab pache pache. Krishna is yours. When you look at devotees, we know they carry Krishna. Krishna se tomar, Krishna dhite paro. You can give me Krishna. Tomara shakati ache. You have the strength to give me Krishna. Who am I? Amito kangal. I'm a beggar. I can only run behind you and say, Krishna, Krishna, please give me Krishna. This is the mode in which we interact with everyone, including children. Everyone is our master. Everyone we want to serve. Because if they tell Krishna, they make a request on our behalf, we will get mercy. Now, having said that, with some devotees, we'll have friction. That's material world. But tolerate. Now get close to other devotees. Don't harbor grudges and ill feelings towards anyone. It's not possible to have loving relationship with everyone. That's not humanly possible. But at least don't offend others. Be kind and be attached to those with whom you can. Because Krishna won't change the law. Third canto, Kapila Dev tells his mother, the law is like law of gravity. There is a law of spiritual life. Prasangam ajaram pasham kavayo atmano vidu saeva sadhusho kruto moksha dvaram apavritam. Attachments is entangling. It's like a python's noose. It will tie you and finish you off. But the same attachment, when it is transferred to devotees, moksha dvaram apavritam, it opens the doors of liberation. So we have to be attached to devotees. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, Ishwar Gaurang, Prabhu.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful class. At how we can remember Krishna, how we can see Krishna in small things, how Krishna reciprocate, interfere. So Prabhuji, my question is, for example, you mentioned about that example of your mother. So throughout the day, are you conscious that is Krishna and how Krishna is interfering, or at the end of the day while writing, journaling, and then you remember, recall throughout the day, and that time you realize that actually Krishna interfered at that time, or maybe both. And second thing, Babaji, if you feel appropriate, please share that incident of Radha Damodar. It was very inspiring for us. Maybe other devotees get inspired if you feel appropriate. Thank you, Babaji.
Okay, 2 questions. The first one, see, in Krishna consciousness, you are asking me, should I think during the day, after the day, how Krishna appearing, right? I'll tell you the sutra. Krishna consciousness is not achieved, it is received. So you can't say, I will figure out how Krishna appeared. Okay, let me write now. Krishna loves to play hide and seek. If you try to catch Krishna, Krishna will know. Our mood is not to achieve Krishna. Our mood is to receive Krishna. So throughout the day, maybe you can try this. Like you do Gayatri 3 times a day. So that's like a break. So Sanatana Goswami in Hari Bhakti Vilas says that devotees should do pranayam, breathing, relaxation before doing deity worship, before chanting. So I take what is called as breathing breaks. I have a counter bead like this, one extra I keep in my pocket. Yeah, it's here. So I have taken 5 times breathing breaks today. Breathing breaks means suddenly I drop everything, I go somewhere, sit down. I breathe Krishna. Krishna, I love you. Krishna, please accept my service. Slow down. Slow down. Mind is going very fast all the time. And my mind slows down. Relax. And then something may be revealed. See, you catch things when you slow down. If you are jumping around like a monkey, you can't catch. Restless. We need to slow down. Or pick up the beat bag. Sometimes I just pick up the beat bag and just chant. So that break where we connect with Krishna, just like, if your loved one, you are very far away from your loved one, you make a phone call, right? Every day. I know people who after marriage, they were in a different country during COVID. 7-8 times they would call in a day. अभी क्या कर रहे हो? अभी क्या? I would say, इतना क्या phone करने का? Then if I told you, आप brahmachari, you will not understand. I said, okay. Then I understood, yeah, it's a good point actually. I can also call Krishna 7 times. Right? So we can connect with Krishna. So that's when Krishna will reveal. That's the way. That's the answer to your first question. Regarding Radha Damodar, this is an example of how to see Krishna in day-to-day life. And these things also happened because I was writing that journal. I was doing that exercise so I could see it is Krishna's act. Otherwise, I would have missed it. So what happened? This year in December, I was in Vrindavan for 1 week hiding. I was doing bhajan, writing. And last day, I planned to go to Radha Damodar temple and chant japa. And then 2 o'clock, come to my room, take prasad and take a train to Bombay. That was the whole plan. But morning when I was going to Radha Damodar temple in the bike, another bike hit us and I fell and I fractured my toe. But we went to the hospital nearby. That hospital was not very good and that fellow did the x-ray and I said it's not a fracture. So I imagined it's not fracture and it is ordinary pain. But it was paining a lot. So I went, instead of going to Radha Damodar temple, I went to Prabhupada's quarters because it was manageable. It was nearby. Radha Damodar would have been very far. And I was struggling to breathe because of the pain. But still I said, no, I will chant at Prabhupada's quarters. I'm in Vrindavan, I'm leaving today for Bombay. So I sat in Prabhupada's quarters and chanted till 2 o'clock. But by 2 o'clock, the pain became 10x. It multiplied. And then I had to walk, which was a 7-minute walk from my place where I'm staying. But I realized from Prabhupada's quarter, it was 7-minute walk, my house where I had my luggage. But I realized it will take not less than 2 hours because I couldn't walk, struggling. And suddenly, one boy comes in a bike, comes to me. He says, Prabhuji, where do you want to go? You're wobbling. Just sit on the bike, I'll drop you. I said, bike caused me this problem. I can't sit in a bike. He said, what happened? I said, I met with an accident and my feet are hurting. If I had known this bike is special, nothing will happen. Sit, I'll drop you. Otherwise, it will take you hours to go there. So I said, okay. I sat and I was scared. And in 2 minutes, I reached. I was relieved. And I was going towards the room. And I got a thought. I was supposed to go to Radha Damodar temple. I could not go. But I went to Prabhupada's quarters, chanted. Now I'm going to Bombay. I don't know when I'll again come to Radha Damodar temple. That was my desire. But as I was going, and he was going, that boy in the bike, he stopped. He turned back. Prabhuji, wait. He just did something from his bag. He removed and he gave me Radha Damodar's photo. He said, you need this, no? Keep this. And he went away. I'm like, how did you know I want this? It was like Radha Damodar saying, you couldn't come to me, I have come to you. Now, this incident could have slipped from my, like it could have just slipped from my thing that Krishna sent this. But because I have this practice or culture of seeing, I felt, wow, Krishna sent this because I missed Radha Damodar temple. So the point is like this, many things are happening all the time. Like one girl was saying, in America only, in Detroit, there are Indian children in her school, Ekadashi. While rushing for the school, she had forgotten to take a dabba, which her mother had prepared, Ekadashi Prasad. So in school, she was saying she was very hungry. And one of the girls, and one of her classmates, also an Indian, she had brought sabudana khichdi that day, and she gave the whole thing to her. And she was hungry, and then she saw sabudana khichdi, and she said, this girl told her, you take, I don't like sabudana khichdi, and she ate it. She said, so this is very ordinary, mundane in one sense. But for this girl, at her level of advancement or whatever bhakti, she felt it is Krishna sending. I know this is mundane, but I sometimes feel it is better to remember Krishna for the ordinary things in life than to forget Krishna in pursuit of the extraordinary thing. We have the extraordinary thing, back to Godhead, Shuddha Krishna Prem. It is very extraordinary, and in that pursuit we forget Krishna. Better to remember Krishna in the small things like I'm attached to my child. Small things in life we can remember Krishna. Is that okay, bro?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll take one last question, you think? We have time?
Yes, yes.
Somebody has to keep a track of time. Huh? I don't know. I'm okay with taking questions.
So this is 8:27.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
So I think you have already answered this question, but I still wanted to ask. We spoke about how Krishna shows up in everyday life. We do a lot of things to please Krishna, like chanting, offering bhog and all that. And it gives us joy, so we are satisfied. But how do we know that the Lord is
Oh,
satisfied?
you're satisfied means Krishna is satisfied. Because yata taror mula nishechanena tripyanti taskanda pujopashakha pranopahara chayatendriyanam tateva sarvaranamachyutejha. Yata taror, if you put water on the root of the tree, tripyanti tatskanda pujopashakha, the branches, twigs, flowers get water. So if you're satisfied Krishna, you feel satisfied. Pranopahara chayatendriyanam. You put food in the stomach, the hands get strength, the legs get strength. So the fact that you're feeling satisfied in offering bhoga to Krishna means Krishna has accepted your offering. Naivatmana prabhurayam nijalabha purno manam janada vidusha karuno vrinite yadyajano bhagavate vidadita kaman. The last line is Pratimukasya yata mukashri. When you look at the mirror, you don't decorate the mirror, your reflection in the mirror. You decorate yourself, the mirror reflection also becomes good. Similarly, we decorate Krishna, we satisfy Krishna, then the reflection, we are like the reflection. We also become happy. The fact that you are happy means you are happy in bhakti. Means you are satisfying Krishna. In fact, even if you are not happy, I want to tell you, don't think you are doing something wrong. It could be that Krishna wants to push your bhakti to the next level. Krishna wants you to tell him, Krishna, today I'm not happy, I'm miserable, but still I will cook for you because I want to prove to you that I love you. And when you say that, then you feel happy. I don't feel like chanting today, Krishna, but I will do this because I want to prove that even if I'm not a devotee only when I'm happy, even when I'm not happy, I will serve you. Then your love relationship with Krishna will go to the next level.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you.
Continuation of that, like most of the time I feel that even if you are giving your best, you feel that you have not done enough for the Lord. Like if you are decorating, you feel like you're not satisfied from inside and you want to do more, but you have not given your best and you are not fulfilled from inside. Does it mean that Krishna is not satisfied, or is it something else?
Okay, when I feel oh, I'm not done enough, like we dress deities in temple. So we have time. 5:30 we enter the altar. By 7:20 we have to be out because deity worship means punctuality. So no pujari is satisfied. If you 12 hours also if you sit, as a flower we can put here, or rather, and if this earring, no, this earring will go proper. Constantly, that is beautiful. That is attachment to Krishna. So if at the end you are not satisfied, if that dissatisfaction makes you feel loved, that means that dissatisfaction is healthy. If that dissatisfaction makes you irritable, melancholy, materially miserable, that means the dissatisfaction is not spiritual. That means you have OCD or you have some problem. It's a material thing. So therefore the test is, when pure devotees are saying, I'm fallen and I'm miserable, they are feeling loved also. Are you feeling loved by Krishna when you say, I'm not done enough? Just like in a very intimate, loving relationship with the beloved, if somebody says, I'm bad, that's humility, begging forgiveness. In that mood, there is love also. That's okay. But if there is no loving reciprocation, there is no love, and you are just lamenting, that's material. The test is, are you inspired and happy to serve more? Now, there is one girl, Gopeshwari, she is 15. My God, she knows nothing but only Krishna. So I went to their house for prasadam. 6 hours DT worship she does. And so when I went this time, I felt, and she does Hanumanji DT also. Hanumanji ko pagadi vagadi she puts. What all she does, amazing DT devotional. From the age of 5, she's only like Prahlad Maharaj. So when I went, and she cooked also big feast, helping her mother. So in the end, when I was leaving, she said, Prabhuji, after 6 hours of DT worship or dressing, I feel like removing all the dresses and again dressing. I'm not happy. I said, see, do 6 hours of DT worship and feel inadequate, that's also okay. But if you feel that unhappy at the end of the day, that means you are doing something seriously wrong. You are becoming a control freak, perfectionist. Bhakti is not about being perfect. Bhakti is not about being a controller. Bhakti is about offering our heart to Krishna. In fact, it is better to have not such good dressing and telling Krishna, Krishna, this is what I have, please accept it. Our problem is, many of us have this problem. In the outer world, Krishna accepts only, we offer only good things. Like, I'll give a simple example. When you're cooking for deities, do you say, put any masala anyway? Rajbhog cooking. Hey, Krishna accepts feeling, just put anything. We are very not only we cook properly, we decorate the food also nicely with coriander leaves and all that. We make it decorative. When you're building temple, do you say put any brick anywhere? No, nicely artistic. So in the external world, everything has to be, when you come in front of someone, you are neatly dressed, tilak, you are presentable, right? In the external world, things have to look good, feel good to be offered to anyone. And we get this conception in our inner world also. We think to offer Krishna something with love, everything has to be perfect. No, dear Prabhus and Matajis, in the inner world, in the spiritual realm, Krishna is not waiting for you to become pure and perfect to accept your offering. Krishna wants to accept your offering right now, wherever you are, in whatever condition you are. Sometimes I have to tell Krishna, Krishna, please accept this wilted flower. Not because I can't, it's not that I want to give you a wilted flower. I want to give you a beautiful flower, but this is what I have. Arizona weather. This is what I have, Krishna. I'm giving you a wilted flower. Please take it. Krishna is happy. Krishna is not waiting for you to become a pure devotee. Please don't be under this misconception. I had this experience. I want to end with this. In Sri Lanka, we went for a yatra to these places where Hanuman's pastimes and Ram's pastimes happened with Ravan and all that. There's a Hanuman temple. Our bus was going through a hilltop. So we had to go straight for 5 minutes, then turn, again go up for 5 minutes, then again like that. Some 8-9 layers. So when the bus was going, there was one young boy, Sri Lankan boy, dark complexion with 5-6 bags of flowers, and he's waving the flowers at us, and the bus was going full speed, and we turned aside and we ignored him and we went ahead. And I looked at that boy and I saw his enthusiasm, but we went ahead, then turned, and then we had to go up again, and suddenly I was shocked. After 5 minutes, that boy was again there. So what he had done, he had climbed through the shortcut. We were taking the road, and he was again there, smiling, beaming. We ignored him, we went ahead, then again we turned up, and again he was there, and he was sweating, and I thought, wow. And I thought I was the only one who had seen that boy. But at the 4th or 5th time when we saw that boy, everybody in the bus unanimously shouted, stop! Because everybody had seen him and everybody had fallen in love with him. And they called the boy inside the bus. This is a 9-year-old boy, 10-year-old boy, villager from the Sri Lankan village. And he's beaming, panting. And he had these 4-5 bags and he opened. Flowers. All the flowers were wilted. Rotten flowers. He wanted to sell it, and everybody's looking at that boy with so much joy. And everybody in the bus brought all the flowers. They were paying 500 rupees. Indian rupees is much stronger than the Sri Lankan. And that flower must not even be 2 rupees. Sri Lankan 2 rupees. Means Indian 1 rupee. Not even 1 rupee, Indian rupee. And devotees are giving 500 rupee notes to that boy, stuffing his pocket with rupees. And his whole bag was empty. And pockets filled with rupees. And he got down. Very happy, and everybody looking at him. And our bus left. And I'm like, what just happened? This boy had all rotten, wilted flowers, and everybody purchased all of it just because of his enthusiasm to offer. I was thinking, we are so hard-hearted, stone-hearted, materialistic Mumbai walas. Our heart was touched by this boy's enthusiasm. If I go in front of Krishna and say, "Hey Krishna, take this. Please accept me, Krishna. I'm yours. I'm a rascal, I know, but accept me." Krishna will say, "I also know you are a rascal, but I accept you." Krishna will see our enthusiasm, our desire to serve. So don't wait to be a perfectionist. That is a disease. We want to offer the best to Krishna, but you keep working on that. But right now, offer. Is that okay? Okay? Is that okay? Yes. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthra Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
His Grace Bhajnari Prabhuji ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai.